Hour only on 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
WOCA.
All right, 12 minutes before 11 o'clock, I have a fun topic, and Joe Martone's going to join us for this.
There's a reason for everything.
Yeah. So you and your family, I know that you like to play bocce ball.
Oh, I love to play bocce. I haven't played in a while, though.
Now, bocce ball normally comes out when there's a family gathering?
Yeah, you don't have to say ball, bocce.
Okay. So bocce. Yeah. So but a family gathering is when this would come out?
Gathering, church, have like a picnic for the church in the yard. In the back, we did that.
A gathering of people?
At a gathering. I was the only one year that brought bocce, and a lot of people, I'm Roman Catholic, and a lot of people, of course, are Roman Catholic, but different ethnic backgrounds.
Right.
Some had never played bocce.
Right.
Or seen it.
Right.
So I started playing bocce. I played one game. Then I stepped back, and I just watched everybody just...
Now, everybody else wanted to play it.
Everybody else wanted to play, so I just, go ahead. This is the rules. This is how you play, and I officiated it, quote unquote.
Yeah.
And everybody's just played bocce. I never...
And how big is the ball? Size of a softball?
A little bigger.
It's made out of wood, right?
Solid wood. Now, they have the plastic ones, but I don't...
Right.
No. It's a different... You get a different reaction when the ball's hit and everything.
Robin, did you play bocce?
I never have, but Jerry Rocky had it in his yard, and I watched them play. Yeah, but
it's a technique. There's two types of bocce. The lawn bocce, where you play in your backyard.
Right.
And you're over the sticks and in the gutter or whatever's there. And then there's the traditional regulation bocce.
I got you. Okay, right.
And it's like 70 foot by 15 foot, 13 feet wide by 70 and or 90 feet long. That's the bocce court.
He had it in wood or something.
Yes, you have wood.
Yeah.
Usually have wood sides, and on the wood, on the side of the wood, it's marked. And you can step so many steps and then throw the ball. You can't go over that line, otherwise you're disqualified. There's a midsection line. You have to get over that midsection to even count as a throw. Oh. Sometimes it'll slip and it doesn't make that line. You get to pull it back and rethrow. And the pill or the Pauline is a little white ball. Mm-hmm. And it's a very simple game. You've got to get your ball closest to the white ball. And if you get the points, and you can knock the other guy out and everything. And it's a very...
So let me tell you why I'm telling you this. Because
I hope so. Yeah.
Because if there was a time travel, there was a news story I was reading. If there was a time traveler from the early 1900s, the only thing that time traveler would say, "Oh gosh, we used to do this," would be some of the outdoor gathering together games we did.
Oh yeah, bocce was, who knows how long old that is.
Right, yeah. And badminton was around back then. I don't know what they used for the
Greek
birdie.
They had bird feathers, I guess. That's why they call it
something simple, right? Probably, right?
Yeah, sure.
Horseshoes was around back then.
Yeah, they had them. Yeah.
So they had a lot of games that we do still today.
How about cornhole? I wonder if they had that.
They might not have called it that. I don't know.
Where did name come? I don't know.
Right.
But,
I don't either.
But I have the games that you don't see anymore that disappeared.
Oh?
Yeah, I have the games.
Go ahead, name one of them over here.
Colonial Mitten. Have you ever played Colonial Mitten when you have a gathering at your home or at your church?
We have to explain what Colonial Mitten is.
All right. The Mitten game was a favorite of George and Martha Washington. They invited people to their home. No. In fact, this was an American dinner party tradition well into the 1930s.
Let me guess. Can I guess?
Yeah.
They have mittens and they throw muffins to them at the food and they catch it and they put it on.
No. That's mutton.
Okay.
As the guests arrive, they're forced to wear thick mittens. Their fingers are jammed together in thick wool with only their opposable thumbs free.
Okay.
Then they are instructed to race one another by using their mittened hands to accomplish difficult tasks like buttoning up baby clothing, picking up grains of rice from the floor.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. And the guests had to eat while wearing the mittens. The game suggested that guests should be served with the most difficult foods to eat without the use of their fingers. Whoever wins gets the leftover food to take home.
Oh, wow.
Like corn on the cob. There you go.
We don't do that. We don't do that anymore.
No.
Oh, that has to be frustrating.
Another game from the early 1900s that we don't do anymore. Vegetable hop. Have you ever heard of vegetable hop?
Sounds hurtful.
Only if we eat a lot of beans.
that just gives you an advantage.
Yeah.
You had the host or hostess would scatter vegetables of all sizes, from small onions to pumpkins, around the backyard, and you would choose a finish line. This is where we're going to finish.
Okay.
The guests would then picking up and carrying as many vegetables as possible by hand without dropping anything, all while hopping on one foot.
Oh my goodness! No wonder they're not around anymore.
They couldn't use their pockets, baskets, or anything else besides their hands. If a player failed to keep his balance while hopping on one foot, he had to drop all of his vegetables where he stood and start all over again.
Oh my gosh! How fun!
No.
There you go. At
No.
the end of the
Next.
game, the person holding the vegetables, totaling the highest number, was the winner.
And you got vegetable stew
I
later.
don't know what they did.
Yeah, you got to eat.
The next game we used to
So
do.
far, 2 of them that are gone. I'm glad they're gone. Next.
Next game is dogs and cats. You might want to play this one at your next party.
Okay.
The host or hostess takes an entire deck of playing cards and hides them around the house.
All right.
Under the couch cushions, in the drawers, inside the magazines, etc.
Separate the cards. They just don't hide the
Right.
deck.
Get a whole deck of cards.
Team captains were chosen to lead the teams, named the dogs and the cats. After the teams were picked, the dogs searched the house for black cards and the cats searched for the red ones.
That makes sense. Okay.
If a dog found a black card, he or she had to stand still and woof loudly until the team captain rushed over to grab the card.
So could
What if you
other
grab the
team
red
have-
one? Can he get to
When
rehide
a
it?
cat found a red card, he or she had to stand still and meow loudly.
No. You missed what
I
I'm
got
saying.
you. If they found the other card,
Yeah.
if someone finds a card from the opposing team, they had to hide it.
Aha, see? Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right,
So they
that makes
gotta
sense.
hide it.
Well, that's not that bad of a game.
That sounds like fun.
That's
Yeah.
not bad.
That sounds
What are you
like
doing?
a lot of
Woof.
fun.
Meow! I got a card. All
Just don't mind them going in your cupboards and drawers.
right, next game.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Next game we haven't seen since the early 1900s is the Curio Party.
Curio.
Yeah, this is an adult version of show and tell.
Oh, okay.
On the invitations, party hosts are instructed their guests to bring one of their strangest, most precious objects with them. Then the guests place these objects on
Where
the
my mind goes.
dining room
Yeah.
table, and they take turns explaining the purpose of their object.
Oh, gee.
In 1938, cars had only existed for a relatively short period of time, and they were a new phenomenon. It was not so simple for people to find out about new objects, especially if they were picked up on vacations. In a time when most people living in the same area used many of the same utilities
Utilities or whatever.
Having something different or exotic was fun. So,
Yeah.
Oh, neat.
Yeah.
what is that? We call it a
Well,
steering wheel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
What
this
is that?
man's
If I have to
bringing
explain it
out.
to you, forget about it.
The next game that was retired sometime in the early 1900s was called Sweet Spelling.
Just by the name, it sounds like it's boring, but go ahead.
It does, I know. The party host prepared 4 cubes of sugar by writing letters of the alphabet in ink on each face
Oh,
of the
good
cube.
grief.
Then the guests took turns throwing the 4 sugar cubes like dice and hoping that the letters facing up would form a word.
Oh, that's not that bad.
There's a game like that now, right? You got
Yeah.
letters on dice and you shake it.
Yeah,
and
not Yahtzee. I can't think of it.
it's,
But yeah,
what is the name of that?
It's not Scrabble.
Yeah, and it's not Yahtzee, like you said.
It's something.
But
Anyway.
anyway, they say
We're
whoever has
close.
the most
Well,
words.
that's not too bad. Just don't put the sugar cubes back in your coffee when you're
Ooh.
done. It'll be all right.
That would be awful.
The next game that was retired in the early 1900s is called Kitchen Sounds. Party guests
Okay.
stood in the
We
room.
call it Foley now.
Right. Party guests stood in the room next to the kitchen, but they were not allowed to see what was happening. A blanket might even be hung on a clothesline to separate everyone from the kitchen.
I like that. That's a good idea.
Then the host or the hostess would do something in the kitchen that made noise.
Well, then, postman rings twice.
The first
Or only
person to
once, I don't
shout
know.
the correct guess would get a point.
Oh, boy, you drive people crazy with that.
What are you doing in the
Now,
kitchen?
That's the better one. I like
Yeah,
that.
like that one?
would be
You can
fun.
still do that nowadays.
What might it sound like? Give me an idea what it might sound like in the kitchen.
What it might sound like?
Yeah, you're in the kitchen, and
I'm
we're
in the kitchen.
All right, go ahead, make a sound. Let me see if I can tell what it is.
There you go.
Is that an egg beater?
And that was a Model 8 car starting
Oh,
up.
okay.
In the kitchen.
Yeah, well, you didn't say I couldn't put it in the kitchen.
That's right.
What do you want to do? Go,
The next game from
what are you
the
doing? Eating an apple? What do you want?
early 1900s is called Peanut Hunt.
Okay.
Peanut hunts were common in the 20s and
Gotta say
30s.
that carefully.
It was like an indoor Easter egg hunt, but with peanuts. Before the guests arrived, the party host would hide peanuts throughout the house, under the cushions, inside
There's
the
a
vases.
restaurant around here. You get all the peanuts all over the floor and everything. Yeah, right.
Once the party began, the person who gathered the most peanuts by the end of the party won a prize.
That's a good
that's
idea.
funny.
That's
I'll
not
just
bad.
bring my own peanuts.
That's cheating. Cheating, yeah.
Cheating, yes.
The next game is called the swinging shoe. The swinging shoe.
All right.
The party
shoe.
host would find an old shoe, tie it to a rope, and stand in the backyard.
Whack-a-mole.
Party guests were instructed to stand in a circle around the host.
Okay.
The host would swing,
What?
spin the rope from the center of the circle with the shoe swinging.
Yeah? What is it?
To avoid being hit, the party
Thank
guests
you.
had to jump as the swinging shoe came close to their feet.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking over your head.
Another game.
Shoot ahead.
too.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, that's another game too. You tie it to your ankle and then you
swing around. Right, right.
hop
Okay,
skip
all right,
or
yeah.
something.
I got
all
two
right.
more. I got two more games.
Okay, two more.
Number 2 is the Hobo Party.
Bunch of bums. Okay.
On party invitations, guests were instructed to show up in their oldest clothing.
Oh, how nice.
The festivity started in the basement, which was decorated with the oldest, rustiest junk that the family could find. The game of hopping a freight train simulated the way that homeless men would jump onto trains as they tried to travel across the United States.
Okay, now you've come to the home.
Right.
You're dressed as a bum.
Right.
The oldest clothes.
Right.
What's the game?
While guests were in their hobo attire, they had to walk around the freight cars until the music stopped. And
Freight cars.
Yeah, well, the imaginary freight cars.
Oh, toy
Then they
freight
had
car.
to jump on top of a wooden crate before their friends did.
All right. Okay, it's like musical chairs.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
like
Yeah,
All right.
exactly. That's
And one
funny.
more before we run out of time is the paper sack party. Upon arrival, the guests were given paper bags with holes cut out for eyes and a mouth. Each guest was instructed to put a bag over his head.
Yeah.
And all the guests would wear a large number on the front of their shirts and try to guess who's in the paper bag.
Well, there's a lot of party games.
We should do that right now, today. We should.
Yeah, the paper sack game.
No, that was the unknown comic.
That's right.
We'll take a little break and we'll be right back. We're going to learn about a talent show coming up that Joe Martone is actually the MC of and helping out the Florida Youth Ranch. We'll be right back. This is WOCA Ocala.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. In the fight for the White House, Ted Cruz picks up another endorsement.